NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
There we go. Mixon with a first down carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here we go. Here we go. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Now this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken it around the 40. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. First down, here's Burrow. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Mixon, a tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
8 yards to go.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Elliott. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And this throw will be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow, he's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Porter gusted. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. That's caught. Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Well, the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. A handoff left, Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They begin with a run by Mixon, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 28-0.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And all the way down to the 27. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Elliott running right. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Buccaneers 7.
Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 58 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 13. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Burrow looking to pass. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A draw play for Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now it's Burrow. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any time.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 10. Elliott, toss right. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Elliott. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And some room to work. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll